Coming up, I'm going to play part of what Rush Limbaugh had to say. There's several times he talked about prisonplanet.com yesterday and called Al Gore a crook and talked about bankers over in Europe wanting to loot us and rob from us and the UN wanting a tax. I mean, that's what it is. See, Limbaugh can't ignore this anymore. And now the globalists have tried to deny. This was being set up so they could build it and not have opposition. But now that they're coming out in the open, now the fight is on. And our credibility is going up. Their credibility is going down. So Limbaugh and Beck and all of them have jumped on the bandwagon. And I say, fine. Now, you know they're co-opting our message. And you know in 3 years when a Republican gets in, they're going to forget about all this. That won't matter. Because then all their listeners will know the truth. And the realignment towards a libertarian, liberals and conservatives are waking up and becoming freedom lovers. They're shattering paradigms right now. And this is so exciting. I mean, I see the leftist sites attacking me in their comments. A lot of them are like, well, Alex Jones attacked Bush. No, this is about corporate corruption, not about left and right. People really are waking up. I mean, I hate to keep beating that drum, Bob, but this is so exciting.
It is, and, you know, it's so visible now. You know, I don't have a show. I can come in fifth out of 50. Obviously, people are thirsting for the truth, and that's just terrific. And it makes me very happy.
Absolutely, it's so exciting, Bob. I want to come back and start the next hour. You've agreed to stay with us another 20 minutes, so we'll talk to Martin in Spain, Maria in New York, Pat in New Jersey, Charles, Texas, Jerry in Indiana, and others. For Bob Chapman, our guest. But, Bob, in the 3 or 4 minutes we got left in this hour, other stuff in the news that you think is important?
Well, I think one of the most important thing is gold, and I'll get quickly into it. They have been trying to put gold down all week because the gold and silver options expire on Monday, and they don't want them to expire in the money, and they have a lot of them at 11.20 in the money. And so they are trying to make the price go down, and it's illegal, but they do it anyway. Well, they can't get it down. Right now, gold is up again, $7 to $8 in the December month, which is still trading, and that is the big month, and it's the biggest month of the year, actually. And so they have been totally unsuccessful in the bullion and the futures market of putting gold back down again. And when Monday's over again, gold is going to vault again. Now, what the Illuminists are doing right now as well, in order to psychologically disjoint people, and this is very important for people who own gold and silver shares, they are trying to knock them all down. Now, right now, there is a group, and they have been putting together this propaganda campaign about how the shares are going to go down. Barclays, Goldman Sachs, Jimmy Rogers, and George Soros, they're saying they're going to go down. Why? I'll tell you why. Because, and we have their statement from the last quarter, Goldman Sachs probably is short one of the major gold stocks, just one, 5 million shares. Well, what does that mean? That means about $5 billion. That's a lot of money. And so this is what's going on in that market. And if you understand it and you get a hold of the international forecaster every week, you're going to know what's going on. But it can't work, and I'll tell you why. Because when you're short a stock, you sell it, hoping it'll go down. And in selling it, someday you got to buy it back again. And they're going to have to cover their shorts. And once they start, this thing is going to vault because gold's going considerably higher here. Maybe to 1325 or 1250 or 1200, somewhere up in there. But when it goes there, the shares have to go up and they have to cover.
Okay, we'll be back in 70 seconds with the final hour of this Friday edition. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, I'm going to play a minute or so clip, and I have the transcript of Limbaugh. Went on and on and on yesterday throughout the show talking about prisonplanet.com. And the huge headline at the top of his page was prisonplanet.com. With hurricanes at 30-year low, Gore turns to Photoshop. Bob Chapman's our guest for another 20 minutes. I got a big news blitz coming up after that. I haven't even gotten into all the news today with the guest we had on. But right now, let's go to the phone calls. Martin, Maria, Pat, Charles, Jerry, and others. Let's go ahead and talk to Martin in Spain. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. You're on the air, Martin.
Yes, sir. A great pleasure. You're going to have to excuse my English. I studied when I'm a pilot right here, captain for a major airline here in Spain, and I did a study in the United States. So let me tell you, great job. And I love your country. I love the United States. Keep up with the good job, and don't give up, because you guys are. And I don't know if everybody, if you, I mean, I'm a little bit nervous, but I don't know if you can understand that right now, for good and for bad, you are, leading the war against, leading the war against these people. I mean, against the New World Order. And if you give up, everybody will be giving up. So don't give up the good job. And let me tell you, I'm listening to the podcast, to your podcast every day. And let me give you, tell you thank you to your crew and to you and the great job you're doing.
Well, thank you. Let me ask you a question and then see if you have a question for Bob or myself. Are you seeing a big awakening in Spain right now?
Well, right now we started on the 16th of November. We started with the campaign of the vaccination right now with the vaccines. And, people is obviously waking up. And in Spain, most of the people know that there's something wrong here, because we bought actually 32 million vaccines, okay? And we are just 44 million in Spain. The population is 44 million. And the government bought from the companies about 36 million, and they only need to vaccinate 10 million people. So the rest of the vaccines, although we actually spend the money buying them, are going to go to Africa and other places where they don't need it, they don't want it, and they can get it. So basically, the people here is now starting to ask what's going on, and actually. There was a news bulletin, that's how you call it, I believe.
Yes.
On our Supreme Court, there is a group of people right now suing for damages because of the 59 families that had problems here of autism and problems with the vaccine, and the audiencia is like the Supreme Court here in Spain actually admitted these families suing the main, las compañías.
They admitted damages.
Exactly. So these 59 families are going to be able to sue the pharmaceuticals because of the problems they had with the vaccine here in Spain. So that's
good. Good. Do you have any questions for Bob Chapman? Because this is exciting news from Spain.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask Bob, because I have a mortgage, and actually my mortgage consists of, I buy with euros, I buy different I have to pay every month in a different currency. So right now I'm thinking on buying with euros, dollars. So I wanted to ask him what he thinks the trend between, the trend between euros and dollars is going to be for the next year. So if it's
I think the dollar's going to go down, but then it's also going to suck the euro later. But Bob, tell us what you think.
I think that's going to happen, and you have to watch them all the currencies against gold, and that's the important thing. But the euro will stay on a scale of 10, the 10 being worst. The British pound and the United States dollar are going to get slaughtered. Where does the euro stand in that? Probably around a 6 or a 7. Where does the Canadian dollar stand? Probably around a 5. The Swiss franc, probably around a 5. And so those are the gradients. And so the euro should get stronger against the dollar, and I think that will continue for at least the next couple of years.
All right. Thank you so much from Spain.